How's it going, you pencil pushers? It's Nick Daniels here, coming at you live here yet again. Bring you folks another video. Just hanging out in the car, taking it easy on a little brewski at this day job, just like a temp thing. We're just loading some pallets. Pretty mundane, but you know, getting her done, and it's not too shabby. So yeah, kind of that being said, yeah, I kind of want to talk about a couple things here, but something that I thought was funny. So I'm just kind of hanging out, and there's a couple of guys I'm working with here. Don't really know them or anything. I don't even know their names. And yeah, anyway, we're working, and yeah, I'm walking out on break, and buddy's just asking me, like, we're in the building, and he's like, you know, listen, hey man, like, do you know if there's any Tims around? I was like, yeah, I think there's one down the road. I start walking out. He's like, oh, you're going out for break, are you? Just, yeah, I'm just going to the car. Right, hanging out. He followed me. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, this guy, like, tailed me right to the car, right? Got all the way up to my vehicle, and was like, all right, let's go to Tim's, man. And I looked at him, and I'm, like, super confused, because, like, I'm not going. Like, I've packed a lunch, right? Like, I don't need to go to Tim Hortons. And I straight up told him, I was like, I'm not going. Like, I'm just going to hang out in the car, bud. Okay? And, you know, I kind of live in this thing, you know, some days. And, you know, it's good. I try to keep it tidy, right? I don't got shit all over the fucking floor or anything like that. Like, you know, she's, you know, look at that. I mean, I got a little fucking book back there, okay? Okay, you got me. And, yeah, like, I swear to God, he was upset. I, like, closed the door, okay? Right? Get the lock on it. Thank you. And then, I'm not even joking, I literally just sat here and, like, it's funny, because, like, I was looking this way, so I was looking to the right, of, like, where the car's at. And I could just see him, like, if I did that, like, not even that, like, just kind of like a glance to my left, he was just there. It was just him and another guy just standing there, and it was like, dude, like, this is just super awkward. It was like, what are you doing? Like, they were just like, it's not that they were waiting. It's like, that's what they were doing, because it's like a few minute walk to Tim's. It is a few minutes, and I won't argue that. But the whole point of me saying this is what's happened before. Like, I've only had this car, this May will be 2 years. So it's not been that long of owning a vehicle. And the biggest thing I find with owning a vehicle is people will try to take advantage of that. And it's rather unfortunate, because they kind of start expecting it. And I mean, I don't really mean any disrespect, especially to whoever I'm talking about. I don't even know his name. To whoever I'm talking about there. Obviously, he just kind of like, we're working together. Maybe he'll give me a lift, kind of thing. But it's, you know, at the same time, like, you gotta take into account, like, you know, the fact that I pay for this. This is my vehicle, right? And I'm the one who's taking the oil change on it. I'm the one who just paid to change the tires to winners. I'm the one who's saving up money, maybe for some brakes. You know, because my brakes obviously fucking suck now. You know, like, that's the stuff, right? That's what you're paying for. But you pay for the luxury, right? You pay for the ability. And I mean, dude, like, the guy who got me to buy a car, who's convinced me to buy one, I mean, I'll always say, like, he was completely right that I needed a vehicle. However, it's just interesting, because I still have the perspective of not having a car for most of my life, right? 25 years of just never having a vehicle, never driving. And it's weird, because then, like, when you start talking to people that maybe are older than me, and they don't drive, and they don't got a car, and, you know what I mean, or they never have, and they're just completely dependent. That's kind of where I start almost, like, drawing the line. It's like, dude, like, you got to be, like, respectful, though, in some manner. Like, you know, if you walk up and you're like, hey man, would you mind driving me to Tim's? I'll grab you a coffee. That to me is like, okay, like, he clearly values the fact that I'm gonna get in the car, I'm gonna drive him down there. I could just sit in here and just relax on my own for half an hour, right, and not give two fucks. So the fact that, like, someone will jump into the car and do that for you, like, yeah, I think that's worth a coffee. I'm not saying the gas to go literally down the street and back is worth $2. But, you know, I think it's kind of like more of the thought that counts in that situation. So basically what I mean, though, is, like, at the end of the day, man, like, a lot of times I feel like people try to take advantage of one another. And it's real a shame, because you can be friends with a group of people, and then, like, literally, like, if you have value to that group, like, i.e., I have a car, right? Well, now I could be, like, their designated driver, right? So they're going to start calling me. They're going to want to hang out. They're not really wanting to hang out. They're really wanting to hang out because they know you'll drive them, right? they're like, hey man, you want to go to the bar on Friday? They'll do everything in their power to convince me to go. Now they have a drive, they can all drink and have a good time, right? That's kind of the thing. And yeah, that's happened before, not necessarily to me, but I know people have kind of been in those predicaments, and it's a real shame because, like I said, you know, you want to help people out, you want to be accepted by other groups, and you want to have friends. But sometimes people, like I said, people take solid advantage of you. And I think it's also, the way I also look at it is, I think people don't even know they're doing it sometimes too. Like they just kind of, like, you know what I mean? They just kind of go with it. They don't think anything wrong of it. You can't really get mad at them. You know, you can't get pissed. But at the end of the day, you know, it should still be brought up, and you're like, hey man, you know, do you kind of know, like, this is how I kind of feel about something? Yeah, okay, no big deal. I used to have this buddy years ago, who I thought was a buddy anyway, and he would always come over and just rip onto my Facebook, like he would, like on my computer, and he could go on his Facebook. That's what he was doing. And then as soon as he was done browsing and messaging and doing whatever, he would literally just pack it up and leave. And it took me to learn the hard way, because someone had told me, he's like, dude, like, that guy's no good for you. And I was like, yeah, but I kind of like hanging out with him. And then I realized one day, I was like, man, this is just, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. It's a one-way relationship here. You know, like, I'm putting all the work in here and he's putting nothing. I agree with a friendship. You probably shouldn't have, you don't always have to put that much work into it. But when you do, and if you do, and the other person isn't, it's like, okay, not even worth it. That's just kind of like my thought process. I literally will, like, give up immediately on somebody once I start noticing that. And it takes a bit. But yeah, once I notice that, it's kind of like, all right, well, you know, I'll kind of see what's going on here. And then you kind of call a spade a spade. So anyway, that's been a bit of a rant there. I don't know, vlog, I don't know what you call it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We're going to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, love the channel. It's awesome. 215 subscribers. Fucking sick. Thinking we're going to hit that 300 mark eventually, but you know what? At the end of the day, that's like YouTube gold, dude. That's like that's when the medal comes in. You know, when they mail it to your door and they're like, 300 subscribers, dude. Fuck, sick. Yeah, just making 6 figures a year off YouTube ad revenue. Don't even have ads on the channel yet. Oh. And anyway, yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace. Cheers.